precisely 1:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News is edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. 500,000 litres of liquid nano-nitrogen fertilizer will be brought to the country within next few days. Government says sufficient fuel stocks are in the country. Students between the ages of 16 and 19 are given Pfizer vaccine today as well. The need to develop Kalani River environs as a multi-purpose centre emphasised. The President's Secretary informs the IGP to conduct an investigation into a report published on Satyaga Aruna newspaper. And in world news, record high migrant detentions registered at US-Mexico border. And in sports news, the Super 12 round of ICC Men's T20 World Cup will commence today. Now the local news in detail. Secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture, Professor Udit Jasinghe, says that the country will receive 500,000 litres of liquid nano-nitrogen fertilizer within next few days. He said the government is also prepared to import other plant nutrients needed for farming. Farmers are given fertilizer and concessions under the Organic Cultivation Programme. Minister Uday Gammanpilla says that there are sufficient fuel stocks in the country. Therefore, he emphasised that the Petroleum Corporation will not increase fuel prices. He said that opposition politicians and certain trade union leaders spread rumours stating there is a fuel shortage. He pointed out that many powerful countries in the world are facing the fuel shortage. Minister Gammanpilla said that Sri Lanka successfully facing the oil crisis has become a problem for the opposition. Pfizer vaccine is being given today as well for the students in the ages of 16 and 19 in many areas of the country. School students in Minuangoda area are given Pfizer vaccine today and on Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon at Minuangoda Medical Officer's office. Students who are sitting for GCE advanced level examination in Minuangoda area are scheduled to be given the Pfizer vaccine today. They can get the vaccine at Senarath Paranavithana Mahavidyalaya and Udagampala St. Peter's College. Meanwhile, giving the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine to 800 students between the ages of 16 and 19 commenced this morning at Navalapitiya Anuruddha Kumara National School. Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that millions of rupees are being paid as compensation on several times in a year for the people affected due to the overflowing of Kalani River. Therefore, he said steps should be taken to develop the Kalani River environs as a multi-purpose centre. He said it will benefit several areas including the Western Province. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Continuing local news, President's Secretary Dr. P.B. Jasundara has informed the IGP to conduct an inquiry into a report published on Satyaga Aruna newspaper. The President's Secretary said that the relevant report is totally false and he vehemently rejects the report. Director General of Irrigation Dr. Abe Siwadana says that water is being issued for the Maha season. He said issuing of water from large-scale irrigation projects for 2021-2022 Maha season is now taking place. He said water will be issued until 15th of next month. Therefore, Mr. Abe Siwadana requested the farmers to commence cultivations on due dates. The Supreme Court has awarded 1 million rupees against the 2 policemen attached to Circuit Crime Investigation Division of Anuradhapura. It is as compensation for the injuries that an individual sustained as a result of torture and illegally arresting him mistakenly over a theft of a motor bicycle. Supreme Court Justice S. Thurai Raja observed that police officers are expected to extend common courtesies at all times when dealing with the public. The Supreme Court held that police officers, being state officers, tasked with law enforcement and the maintenance of law and order, have an utmost responsibility in respecting, safeguarding and advancing those rights. With that, we conclude the local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vedha Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedha Mahatmya.
Schools that have been closed for a long time are being cleaned now. Our reporters say the parents and teachers are engaged in cleaning activities of the schools. Parents say that their children are under mental pressure for not being able to go to schools for a long time. Therefore, they welcome the decision of the Ministry of Education to open primary sections of schools. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedha Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watchlight.
Director General of Health Services Dr. Asela Gunawardana says that strict restrictions have to be imposed again if the number of COVID patients was increased due to the negligence of the public. He requested the public to strictly follow the health guidelines. Dr. Gunawardana requested the public to stay at home as much as possible. This came to you in Watchlight.
World News.
The headlines of the world news: record high migrant detentions registered at US-Mexico border. UN envoy says situation in Myanmar is increasingly grim. Fisherman's friend tycoon leaves millions of pounds to hometown Fleetwood. The world news now in detail. The US says more than 1.7 million migrants were detained along its border with Mexico in the past 12 months, the highest number ever recorded. According to data from US Customs and Border Protection, more than 1 million of them were expelled to Mexico or their native countries. Agents apprehended people from more than 160 countries. President Joe Biden's popularity in opinion polls has been sinking, partially as a result of his immigration policy. The UN Special Envoy for Myanmar has urged the international community to take concrete steps to resolve the country's deteriorating situation. Christine Schreiner Bergner spoke yesterday at a virtual meeting of the Third Committee of the UN General Assembly, which deals with human rights issues. She said the number of people in need of humanitarian assistance has tripled to 3 million. A coastal town has received a £41 million donation from the woman behind the Fisherman's Friend Coffswaits. Businesswoman Doreen Lofthouse, who died on March aged 91, has left her fortune to a charity that strives to develop her hometown of Fleetwood. Since the 1990s, Mrs. Lofthouse and her family have given millions of pounds to fund community projects in Lancashire. With that, we conclude the world news. Prior to concluding, the headlines of the world news once again. Record high migrant detentions registered at US-Mexico border. UN envoy says situation in Myanmar is increasingly grim. Fisherman's friend tycoon leaves millions of pounds to hometown Fleetwood. With that, we conclude the world news.
And now in development news.
Axis Engineering expanded its asphalt manufacturing plant operations by establishing a new asphalt plant in Daniston Estate in Horavala, Matugama recently, in addition to the asphalt plant being operated at the same premises. The new plant holds a production capacity of over 160 metric tons of asphalt concrete per hour, making it the largest asphalt manufacturing plant in the island. That ends development news.
Sports news.
Looking at the sports news, the Super 12 round of ICC Men's T20 World Cup will commence today. The first match between Australia and South Africa in the Super 12 round will be played in Abu Dhabi. The match is scheduled to begin at 3:30 p.m. The second match between England and West Indies will commence at 7:30 p.m. Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation will give live commentaries of the matches. Listeners can also listen to the commentaries by logging into Facebook page of Vision FM, channel of SLBC. Meanwhile, the fourth one-day international between Sri Lanka under-19 and Bangladesh under-19 is now being played at Rangiri Dambulla International Stadium. Batting first, Bangladesh was 191 for 5 wickets in 46.2 overs a short while ago. That was the sports news.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Colombo International Container Terminals has continued its winning streak on the global stage by winning the award for the best container terminal in Asia in the under 4 million TEUs category for a record 5th consecutive year. The winner of this prestigious award was announced on Thursday at the 2021 Asian Freight Logistics and Supply Chain Awards Gala at the New World Millennium Hotel in Hong Kong. That ends business news.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
Headline inflation, as measured by the year-on-year change in the National Consumer Price Index, decreased to 6.2% in September 2021 from 6.7% in August 2021. This deadline was due to the statistical effect of the high base prevailed in September 2020. Meanwhile, food inflation decreased to 10% in September 2021 from 11.1% in August 2021, while non-food inflation remained unchanged at 3% in September 2021. That ends economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
Finally, it's a look at the weather report. The Met Department says that showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in eastern, over, north central, central and Sabaragamu provinces. A few showers are likely in western and southern coastal areas. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in central, Sabaragamu, western and Uva provinces during the morning. That was the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
Prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. 500,000 litres of liquid nano-nitrogen fertilizer will be brought to the country within next few days. Government says sufficient fuel stocks are in the country. Students between the ages of 16 and 19 are given Pfizer vaccine today as well. The need to develop Kalani River environs as a multi-purpose centre emphasised. The President's Secretary informs the IGP to conduct an investigation into a report published on Sati Aga Aruna newspaper. With that, we conclude the news and over to my friend and certainly yours, who's all geared up to keep you entertained with a wonderful collection of music. Indeed. Over to you, Asanka.